This is the first of 4 classes that we're going to focus on our root chakra, muladhara chakra. So I'm really excited that you're here. And as we talked about on Sunday, I teach every day at 9 o'clock East Coast time here on Insight Timer. So as we talked about on Sunday, my invitation to you is to slow down. So that's why we're taking multiple classes to cover one chakra, okay? So I really want you to just take your time, because I think that, so many of us, I think virtually all of us, have this desire to, be more authentically true to who we are. And then we rush out and we look for things that are going to make us feel better, and we consume, and it's like, okay, that didn't work, and then we go and consume something else. And we just keep, rushing about trying to fill that hole. And a better answer is to slow down. And that's what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks, because we're going to be working our ways through the chakras. Oh, there we go. I like that. Sparkle Magician says, I used to meditate on different chakras each day, but now you do it for a whole week. I love it. That's our kind of thinking. So my invitation is for you to come to your mat. I'm going to change the angle of my computer screen. I keep trying to play with my computer angle so I just get the perfect angle, and I just quite haven't found it yet. But we'll do our best. So come to a seat, and actually don't sit on a block. I was meditating earlier, so my block is still here. So come to a seat and just feel yourself land here. Looking on my iPad. This is so I can track your comments sitting next to me. And just feel yourself sitting here in Sukhasana. Backs of the hands are on the knees. Thumb and the forefinger touch like you're making an OK symbol. This is Gyan Mudra. And just allow yourself to drop down. Breathing here, feeling the sits bones on the earth. Close the eyes, roll the eyes up and in Sambhave Mudra. Feeling that slight pressure which activates the pineal gland, our command center, our center of intuition. Feeling those sit bones just rooting down, grounding down. Muladhara chakra, our first chakra, the element is earth. And then if it's comfortable to you, leaving the hands on the knees, flip the hands so the palms are down. And if it's comfortable, leave the eyes closed with the eyes rolled up and in. And just start making small circles. I'm circling clockwise. We inhale forward and we exhale back. This is called the Sufi grind, which when I taught it in a previous class, someone jokingly said, that would be a great name for a coffee house right next to a yoga studio, the Sufi grind. So just feeling here as if you're stirring a pot, feeling into the tripod that makes up the base of our body. We've got our tailbone, our coccyx, and then we have our 2 ischial tuberosities. I love to say that. Those are our sits bones. So just feeling yourself connecting to the earth. The color is red. The Bija mantra, seed sound for the first chakra, is Lam. L-A-M, Lam. So maybe making your circles a little bit bigger. We inhale the chin forward. We exhale the chin back. So it's almost like a variation of cow and cat. Breathing. And I invite you to just deeply connect with this part of the body. And the thing, I'm taking a class with a teacher named Anand Malhotra. And part 2 of this class, which is called The Path to Radical Self-Mastery, he talks about how this chakra, the root chakra, is the seat of our infinite potential. Because this is where Kundalini lives, right? The Shakti rising. This energy. We draw the energy up from the root. And then as you're ready, switch directions. And maybe continuing to make the circles bigger. Maybe starting to press into the opposite knee as you lean to the right. You press into the left. And what he says that's fascinating is that not only is the root the seat of our infinite potential, it's also the place where our fear originates. We have a tremendous amount of fear. And I've been listening to a lot of classes and doing a lot of study over the past few months. And Anand talks about how fear is at the root of all violence, both violence upon others and violence against ourselves. And then it was a woman, I was in an interview with Tara Brach. I'm trying to remember her name. What's her name? This woman who was being interviewed by Tara Brach said that anger is the way that fear is shown publicly, right? Breathing here, maybe bringing the head down, really starting to roll into the neck. And at the heart of fear, this is also from Anand Malhotra, is the fact that we have, he describes it as a trinity of self. And come on up into an easy seat. And then I invite you to hold onto the shins and exhale back, bring the chin in towards the chest, round the spine. This is another variation of cat. It should feel really good. And then inhale forward, chin rises up, tailbone pokes back. So rolling back and forth. So Anand speaks about the fact that there is a trinity of self. There's Brahman, which is part of Prakriti, which is that universal consciousness, the quantum realm. So that's effectively our divine self. Our expression of ourselves in totality. And then there's Atman, which is our true self, which is individual. Remember when we talked about how our 5 koshas, we've got our 5 sheaths of the body. The innermost sheath is Anandamaya kosha, the bliss body. And that's where Atman, or Jiva, resides. So this is the higher mind. And then we have the lower mind, which is our ego. So coming on to hands and knees. And our ego is our sense of being separate, alone. And that's where fear arises from. So again, lifting into cow and arching into cat. Rolling the spine and really feeling into the root. Lifting as we come up into cow and exhaling as we arch. So plugging the hands in, curling the toes and lifting up. So much of our fear is based on the fact that, we feel alone, we feel separate, we feel disconnected. Head hangs heavy. And that's where over, the next few classes, we're really going to root down into our feeling of connection. Our connection to the higher mind, Atman. Our connection to this feeling that we are not alone. We are not alone. Connection to the universal consciousness. So we can plug into our infinite potential. Breathing in your down dog. And then as you're ready, walk your feet forward. Coming forward slowly, first forward fold. So soften those knees as much as you need to. And let the head hang heavy. Arms hang heavy. Soften those knees. Allow the belly to really melt down onto the thighs. And just a gentle sway or roll the head. Feeling the feet on the earth. Lift the toes up, settle them down. All four corners of the feet grounding down. The legs are an extension of Muladhara Chakra, our first chakra. And then slowly roll up in ragdoll pose. Keep the tailbone tucked. And come up into our Tadasana. Palms shine forward, soften the knees, tuck the tail. Allow the heart to shine open. And breathe and feel yourself here rooted down. Another breath. And then inhale those arms out and up. Open the eyes if you'd like. Hands down the midline. Just a beautiful Surya Namaskar breath. And here I just invite you to have the intention for this class to be so simple. Just this slow flow of connecting to your first chakra. Feeling what it feels like to root down and get grounded. Knowing that the more grounded and connected we are to the higher mind, to that feeling of what is authentically true, that's how we let go of our fear. Snuggling the hands into the heart space and breathe. And just feel yourself rooting down, grounding down. And then inhale those arms out and up, reach up. And let's side bend over, doesn't matter which direction. Bracketing the top arm with the thumb and forefinger of the other arm. My oatmeal is ready, y'all. That's my Instapot talking to me. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, other direction. Inhale, lift up. Go up onto the balls of the feet. We'll do some balance today because that really helps us root down. Arms are open. Taking your Gyan Mudra if you'd like, making that OK symbol. This is very good for opening the root chakra. And then settle those heels and swan dive down. Head hangs heavy. Soften those knees. Tailbone rises up. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. Tailbone rises up. And come on down. And step the right leg back. Again, feeling your feet ground down into the earth. And then drop the knee. low runner's lunge. So y'all know I love doing appreciative inquiry. I often ask you appreciative inquiry questions in practice. And for those of you who are new timers and might not be familiar with appreciative inquiry, set those hips back, folding over that leg. Appreciative inquiry, it's a really powerful approach, concept created by David Cooper-Ryder, Professor David Cooper-Ryder. Inhale forward, and then exhale it back, toes rise up, folding over the leg. So appreciative inquiry is when we look for ways in our life that things are going well, and then we harvest from there why. Why do I do well in this particular circumstance or instance? So we can bring more of that into our lives. Again, exhale it back, toes rise up. And inhale forward. Curl the back toes under. Leave the right hand down, left hand onto the knee, and twist open to the left. So our appreciative inquiry question for today, for this practice, is when do I feel most grounded? Another breath. You can float that arm up if you'd like. And then float that hand down. Ground the hands and step it back. Walk your dog out. Head hangs heavy. And as I always say when it comes down to these kind of swadhyaya questions, this kind of self-inquiry, it's totally fine if your initial reaction is, I don't know. Step the right foot forward. Because when you have that I don't know reaction, you can kind of sometimes have a panicky response. So the knee is right over the ankle. Beautiful energy down that left leg. And drop the knee, low runner's lunge. Right? You can have this, like, oh, maybe I'm never grounded, or maybe I'm really broken or wrong or whatever. Oh my gosh, the storylines we create in our heads, right? So don't go there. Just ask the question, and if you don't have a quick answer, that's fine. Just bring that out into your day. Yoga off the mat, right? Set those hips back, toes stay down, folding over the leg. Ardha Hanumanasana. Half splits. Inhale forward. Exhale back, toes rise up, folding over the leg. So it can be part of your self-inquiry. When do I feel most grounded? And then as you find those answers, you start to dig. Why? Why do I feel most grounded when I am walking the dog? Because part of the answer might be bring that back knee up, or energy down that left leg, hand comes down, and then we bring our head onto our right knee as we twist to the right. I ask this question, I teach to teens, and I say to them, hey, what was part of your positive past? And the example that I love to use is like doing like a ropes course. Like maybe we have 3 teens and all of them had a similar experience, and all of them said, oh my gosh, I love the ropes course, right? Maybe float that arm up. And what we need to then do is examine why. What was it about the ropes course that you loved? Curl the back toes under and step it forward, forward fold. So for one of the teens, it might be, I love the ropes course because it got me out into nature. I love being up in the trees. It felt so good to be in nature, connected. to the earth in a very different way. And another one of the teens might say, inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, release. Another one of the teens might say, I love that we were a team and we were working together. Come all the way up, reach up, lift up. Hands to the heart space. I love that we were working together. I felt so connected with the people I was with. I trusted them. I felt like I was part of a community. And then the third teen might say, I love that I was pushing my body. I was really striving to do something, getting outside my comfort zone. That made me feel really good. So 3 very different answers to this exact same activity. So don't leave it just at, I feel good when I take a walk. Why? Why? Because that's where the gold mine is. Because then you can dig down there and say, how can I bring more of that into my life? Right? Inhale the arms up, reach up. And exhale, dive down, feeling into those feet. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. And exhale, release down. And step it back, down dog. Hands press in, head hangs heavy. When am I most grounded? That's our inquiry for this practice. And if you want to, you can turn the question a little bit and say, when do I feel most safe? Floating that right leg back and up, stretch it up if you'd like. Roll the foot on the ankle. When do I feel most safe? Cranking the knee open. And step that foot forward, coming into our Vera 1. Take your time. Slow flow. Inhale up. And exhale down. Really root down into the feet. Feel the strength of the legs as you float up. And as you exhale down. Another time. Inhale it up. And we haven't done Bakasana in a long time, so step off onto that right foot and take Karate Kid pose. And feel yourself maybe floating, really grounding down into that right leg. Remember that muladhara chakra, the element is earth. Right? And then step that foot back. Warrior 1. Open it up. Virabhadrasana 2. So a longer stance. Hips are now open to the long edge of the mat. Shoulders are down. And the spine is erect. Okay, we're not leaning forward or back. And breathing into the strength of the legs. And then straighten that legs. Arms come up overhead. Again, you can take your Gyan Mudra as you bring the hands down. And then float it up. And exhale it down. Float it up. When am I most grounded? When do I feel most safe? Let's do 2 more. Hands either side of the foot. Come on down. Plug your hands in. Allow your head to drop down. Tailbone rises up. Now your choice if you want to rest here on down dog, or if you want to come down into child's pose, or if you want to flow. Through vinyasa, going nice and slow. Slowing it down. Coming to stillness. And then knees, chest, chin. Ashtanga Pranam. Hands underneath the shoulders, and just a baby cobra, Bhujangasana. And then the head comes down. Exhaling. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. And then plug those hands into the earth. Knees over hips. Stretch the hands forward. Come down into your Anahatasana. Puppy dog stretch. Maybe you grab a block and put the block underneath your head. Maybe the head can come down. Pressing the hands into the mat as if you're trying to drag the mat back towards you, towards the top of the head. Feeling that isometric pressure, opening up the underarms. This is so good for our immune system. And then plug those hands in, curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Adho Krishvanasana. Another breath. And then flip that left leg back and up. We'll do that same flow on the other side. Rolling the left foot on the ankle. Bringing synovial fluid into the ankle, into the joints. And then crank open, fire hydrant pose, as I lovingly call this. And step it forward. 0-1. Take your time, set your feet, no hurry. And then float up. Hips are square towards the front of the mat. And then we exhale down. And we inhale and left. And we exhale down. We inhale it up. Exhale down. Rooting those legs down. Feeling the strength of the legs. Lifting up. And then step off into your Bakasana. Karate Kid. Taking Gyan Mudra if you'd like. And just a gentle float. This might be harder on one leg than the other. It's harder for me on the left. I can feel my left leg isn't as strong and my balance isn't as good. And that's totally normal. So just breathe, let go of expectations and breathe. And then step it back. 0-1. Open it up. Virabhadrasana 2. Hands still in Gyan Mudra if you'd like. It's the OK symbols. And then we straighten that leg and the arms float up and touch. And then we exhale down. So just floating here. Looking over the front hand. And again, feeling into the body. When do I feel most grounded? And as you start to center on that, if you do, remembering that this can be an inquiry you take off the mat, but if you have gotten an answer, start digging into why. What is it? So that you can understand that and bring more of that into your life. Breathe in here, in your Vira tube. And then hands other side of the foot. Come on down. Walk your dog out. Head hangs heavy. Tailbone rises up. Another breath. Glide forward if you'd like, or come down into child's pose, your choice. And then come on down, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga. Hands under shoulders. And inhale, lift. Bhujangasana. Cobra pose. Elbows hug the waist, no chicken winging. And have there be a bit of a bend to the elbows. Don't Don't hyperextend the arms. Breathing into that stretch in the belly, the squeeze in the back body. Sending love to the kidneys and adrenals, which live just above the belt line in the back of the body. Bringing them out. Sending them love. And come on down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, breathe into the triceps. Inhale out. Exhale down. And inhale, come on up, back into your Anahatasana. Plug those hands in. Maybe the forehead comes down onto the mat or onto a block. Breathing here. Another breath. And then curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. And again, flip that right leg, back it up, stretch it up, reach it up, roll the foot on the ankle, and step it forward. Coming into Vira 1. Lift up. And step off into your Vrikshasana. So remember, with tree pose, any expression of tree is beautiful. The only place we don't want the foot is on the side of the knee. Which it feels like, the arch just like fits right there. It's like a puzzle piece. We sometimes just want to do it. Don't do it. It's not good for our knee to have a sideways pressure. So hands at the heart space. Putting the foot on the calf. On the ball of the foot on the floor, on the side of the leg. You can cross the foot over into a figure 4. And then grow your branches. And again, this is us sending our roots down, right? Sending our roots down into the earth. Getting grounded, feeling that we are more than just this individual self. Feeling connected. Feeling your strength. Another breath. And then float that leg back and come on into standing split. Soften that knee as much as you need to. And then step it back. Lifting the back heel up, so we're lifting into high crescent. Anjaneyasana. Belly. So the hips are still squared forwards like we're in Warrior 1, but the back heel is up, which might allow you to drop a bit deeper into the pose. Really open the heart, root down through the legs, and then hands either side of the foot. Come on down, down dog. Another breath. And then let's float that left leg back and up. Stretch it up, reach it up. Roll the foot on the ankle. And step it forward. Coming into your Vira 1, take your time. No hurry. Lift it up. Squaring the hips forward here in your Vira 1. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. And then step off into your Vrikshasana. So placing your foot anywhere that it serves you, as long as it's not the side of the knee, hands at the heart space, and really root down. Having that knee be out to the side. And then you can grow your branches if you'd like. Really getting rooted and grounded. Feeling yourself strong and stable. Another breath. And then release your tree. and come forward into your standing split. On this side, a little tiny bit of a bend with that knee. Lift the leg up and breathe here. And then step that foot back, coming into Anjaneyasana. So nice long stance, ball of the foot is on the floor, and lift up. High crescent. Allow yourself to really melt down. Beautiful opening through the heart. Strong legs. And then hands come down. And step it back down, dog. And let's bring that right leg forward, coming into classic pigeon. Kapotasana. So allowing that right leg to be bent off to the side so we have space, so the belly comes down onto the mat, not onto the femur. So beautiful back bend here. Maybe bending the back leg, catching the ankle, or not. You can also use your strap. Another breath. And then release down. So if you have a tweaky right knee, if you don't have a tweaky right knee, chill out here in classic pigeon. If you do have a tweaky right knee, or if this pose is hard for you, come on to Supta Kapotasana, which is reclining pigeon. So now my right leg is bent, my right ankle is on my left knee, and I just bring those knees in. Incredibly similar experience in the body, but just on your back. Breathing here. Okay. Really washing the hip with the breath. And you can either continue to ask yourself when you feel most grounded or when you feel most safe, or you can pivot and just say to yourself, I am grounded. I am safe. Big belly breath as we breathe into this hip. Another breath. And for those in classic, walk your hands up and just roll onto that right hip and swing the top leg around, the left leg around. So we're coming into Matsyendrasana, Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. So this is my left knee. I'm wrapping my right arm around my left knee as I twist to the left. Again, feeling the connection of the tailbone, sending it down into the earth. And then release, and a little bit of a counter twist in the opposite direction. How'd that feel good? And then let's bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose. Allow those knees to fall open. And you can lean to the right and gently press the left side down. And then lean to the left and press the right side down. Folding over. And now your choice how you get into pigeon. If you're taking classic and you don't mind, just like bending that left leg and swinging that right leg around, brilliant. If you're like me and you always want to come up into down dog to get your alignment, awesome. Beautiful open heart, shoulders down. Breathe here into the kidneys and the adrenals, feeling that squeeze, massaging the back body. Open the heart. Catch that foot if you'd like. Breathing into the quadriceps as if I needed to tell you that. Flexing the foot. And then come on down. Right? Just relax and release. Breathing into that hip and saying to yourself again, I am grounded. I am safe. Remembering that muladhara chakra, or root chakra, it's the seat of our infinite potential, but it's also the seat of where fear lives. And if we're living from a place of fear, that just binds up, blocks a massive, massive amount of our energy. It's almost why it's like a teeter-totter. The more fear we have, the less potential we have, the less potential we have access to. So we need to let go of our fear. Connecting with our higher selves, connecting with this knowledge that we are more than this individuality. We are more than the ego. Another breath. And then walk those hands up. Beautiful open heart. And allow that left hip to just settle down and swing the right leg around. So Ardha Matsyendrasana on the other side. So something I neglected to say on the left, if you're having a hard time grounding both hips down, straighten that bottom leg. Bottom leg isn't so important for this pose. And we wrap the left arm around the right knee and we twist to the right. What's most important is that the hips are evenly grounded. You're not leaning. There's a tendency to get really heavy on the left, on this side, if your leg is tucked underneath you. Beautiful long spine, twisting open, and then go in the opposite direction. And then I invite you to just roll down the spine, hugging the knees in, roll the feet on the ankles. Soles of the feet on the floor, windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Inhale them up, exhale them over. Inhale and exhale. And then extend those legs and just allow yourself to relax and release. Palms are up. Feeling the back body just melt down, connected to Gaia, Mother Earth. Drawing the breath down into the belly. And then exhaling and just melting down. Staying connected to the breath, allowing the body to just melt down. So some words from Rumi as we continue just to relax down. Rumi writes, "Very little grows on jagged rock. Be grounded, be crumbled, so wildflowers will come up where you are." And Rumi also says, life is a balance between holding on and letting go. Holding on and letting go. So just relax here and breathe. Allowing yourself to be grounded and be crumbled so wildflowers will come up where you are. Letting go. So bringing movement into the body, wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling the hands on the wrists. Rolling the feet on the ankles. Rolling the head on the neck. And carefully pressing yourself up onto the side, rolling onto the right side, and wrap your arms around yourself and rock. Just sending yourself so much love and saying to yourself again, I'm safe, I'm grounded, I'm worthy. And then carefully press yourself up into an easy seat. And let's take a nice big inhale. Hands at the heart space.